What's good, everyone? Your boy THEESOLOIST. Welcome back to another video. In this one I will be showing you how to give your opponent damage without building their whiteout meter gauge. The whiteout meter gauge is when you attack an opponent in jump force. There's a gauge that builds up that eventually leads them to whiteout, which means they're invulnerable to getting hit anymore. You see this often when they're on the ground. They'll flicker white and back to their regular base colors about 3 to 4 times before they actually get up. So I'm going to show you how to one, build or give them damage without actually building that meter, but two, give them damage to extend combos while building that meter way less than you normally would. Some of you guys might realize there's combos that you do that you would think they should have whited out much earlier, but they haven't. So I'm going to explain that as well. And basically the reason why I'm showing you this, I realized there's a lot of great tech that I found in this game that I really want to share with you guys. But in order for me to do that, there's these kind of smaller in-between techs that are very useful but need to be explained and understood before some of those other techs that I have that I want to share. I shared last week the full reset combo, and I realized with that there's a lot of like 3, 4, 5 videos I could have done before that so people could really understand the reset and definitely take it and do whatever with it from there. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to break down a lot of those ones so I can get to the bigger, more crazier techs that are available to you in this game. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into it. Oh, one last thing. You will see a lot of changes. I know you don't normally see my green screen, things like that. I'm making a lot of changes to my channel. I really want to get it as professional, as clean, but also my style as possible. So you're going to see a lot of those changes in the next coming weeks. You guys let me know what works, what doesn't, what you like to see. That would really help me out. So that's it. Let's jump into the tech. Appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, always support. Appreciate all of y'all. Let's get it. Alright guys, so I'm going to jump into this right now. 3 things you need to understand. When you're hitting your opponent, you can hit them with ideally 3 things, or pretty much 3 things. You have your square attacks, you have your triangle attacks, and then you have your actual abilities. All 3 of these affect the ability gauge in different ways. Your square and the amount of damage you output. Your square attacks give the least amount of damage, but they build the whiteout meter the quickest. So what am I talking about when I say whiteout meter? Hit him again. You can see there, that's the whiteout gauge thing that I'm talking about. So it only took 9 hits in order for me to build that meter. If I do a down tilt, to a forward kick, and hit him, it will actually take 10 hits. That's 10 square hits in order for me to actually white out the opponent. What you need to know for the triangle hits, and everything that I'm saying here is very important for the other stuff, so that's why I'm going through it like this, just so you guys know. The triangle hits give more damage per hit, but whites out the opponent as far as building that meter about 50% less, right? So you can actually put in about 50% more hits, actually 2 times more hits, twice the amount of hits with this if you were able to continue that combo of just doing triangle hits, right? I'll explain that and show you a little bit more in a second. And then the third thing you have is the abilities. With the exception of a couple of special ones like Piccolo's beam, they do not build meter for the most part at all. It's very low. I'd say about 5%, maybe less in comparison. Like 5% of a regular square hit is what an ability would do to build that meter. So the reason why I'm saying all this is important is because you can use what I'm about to show you now in extending your combos, keeping them in combos for a very long time, and it allows you to control like the 4th element, as I call it, time in a match. You can keep combos going for a very, very, very long time. That oftentimes frustrates opponents and will lead them to want to escape, even though that's not what they would prefer to do. Alright, so I showed you there, we did the square combos. Those were 9 and 10 hits. This combo here, right? You're seeing me hit him with just my triangle, and I'm using an ability which practically does 0 hits, right? And I'm able to actually do 15 hits right there, and he didn't even white out. So I'm going to continue this. If I could just continue. Oh, that's why, because I only have two bars of health. 2 bars of ability. Alright. My bad, guys. There. So let's see how long I can go. And I was still able to continue it up until 18, right? So, you know, I could have continued that combo and done some more stuff with it, but the point of it is that when I hit them with just triangle, it proves to you guys that your triangle hits, even though they say like 7 to 10 is the amount of hits you're supposed to do, that triangle hit actually does 50% less. So when you want to do longer combo strings and extend your combos, utilize more your triangle combos than you actually do with your regular square, right? Not only does it give more damage, but it allows you to extend the combo much longer than you would normally with just square. So I've shown you guys how to reduce the whiteout, right? Now I'm going to show you guys how to hit them, actually hit your opponent, give them damage, but not actually build out whiteout meter at all, okay? And the way you do that, this game has this weird mechanic that if you hit them with your up tilt or your down tilt, second or third hit, that means you do not hit them with the first hit. You don't hit them with that first kick like Boruto does, or that down kick right there. There you go, that Boruto does. But you hit them with what comes after. Like that. Those hits do not count in building the whiteout meter. It's as if you didn't even hit them at all. It is as far as the meter goes, but as far as damage is concerned, you do, right? I don't know why that is. Maybe because they kind of count it at the beginning of the combo, and like, I don't know. So what I figured is if you were able to create combos that included those second and third hits more often, you'd be able to extend your combo. So this is what you'd see here. Right? So let me... There. Let's see how much. So right now, including every single hit. Again, you see it close out at 10. Let's do that again. And it closed out at 10. That's me hitting every single hit possible. If now I was to miss that down tilt, and the reason why I'm using Boruto, and Yusuke is going to be a third example, is that he has it that certain hits, after certain hits, his second hit will actually miss the down kick. If you guys notice it there, I'll do it one more time. He'll actually miss that first down kick, but he's able to continue that second hit afterwards. Remember what I said? You're hitting him, but it's not counting towards the damage buildup meter, and you'll see that he maxes out right there. So what you want to do if you want to extend your combos, and a great use for this is if you start a combo with, say, one character, right? Right? Just like that. You can keep him in the combo. Let me try that again. You can keep him in the combo until that next character actually comes out. Kind of messed up there, but whatever. Boom, boom. There. Right? And you can see me continue the combo, because what that allows me to do is allows me to switch, but because I'm giving him damage but I'm not building up the whiteout meter, I can keep him in a combo long enough for me to switch into my other character, you know, and I can continue this flow and rotation all the way around. Now, characters like Boruto that can do it like that, you have Blackbeard that can do it like that. You have Naruto who can also do it like that, where it just flows very well in this combo. Yusuke doesn't have that fluid of a system. Like if I were to try to do that exact same thing here, he'll actually kind of like go underneath them like that, right? And there's a couple of characters that are like this as well too, that if you were to try to do it, they would just miss, right? What you need to do in those situations, even though it's a little bit harder, it may be worth it to perfect. Once you hit and find that sweet spot, hold your timing long enough that you're gonna miss it, but the second and third hit will time up well with them afterwards. So I'm gonna try to get it there. So you saw me do it one time. Again, it's very challenging to do. Let's try it one more time. I want to get it one more time. There. Well, anyways, that one's a bit harder, but I think you guys get my point there. And you'll be able to extend your combos like crazy with those, guys. Extend them like crazy. You're going to see in a... And as a matter of fact, I think I'll leave it there. I think you guys understand. I don't want to go too much into another part. So just with that alone, hopefully you guys get what I was talking about with the extending of combos without building the whiteout meter. This here will allow you, again, to extend your combos. I'm telling you, it'll make a difference in your game 100%. And a lot of people that like to counter, if you're somebody that's a counter god or a vanish, you know how to vanish in Gem Force. So that means if you already start a combo but somebody counters it and you go into the air, you're going to win that just because of how it's set up. It takes more of the person who countered first, who was on the defense originally, to vanish. That means if they do 2 vanishes and you do 2 vanishes, you will continue your combo. That's how they set it up. If you are a vanish god, if you are a counter god, being able to extend combos like this and keep them in the match will make sure you win many more games, even if you just don't, like for instance, take their whole health bar from this. You're controlling time, right? So what happens is I find I do 1 or 2 of these, I do that counter stuff in the air, I get them back into this. By the time I do my 3rd combo like this, there's like 20 seconds left in the actual match, right? They don't really have time to really, make a comeback. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Again, this is a sort of pre-tutorial to some of the major tutorials I want to show you guys. Some of the major things happening in Gem Force as far as tech goes. So if you guys enjoyed this, if this helped you out at all, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The Soloist. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.